All right, so welcome back, everybody. In today's video, we're going to take you on a little ride along with our 2022 Roxor right here. There's been a lot of interest in it, and we've actually put thousands of miles on it since the last video, so we'll give y'all an update. But we just had a crazy bad storm roll through here. It dumped anywhere from 5 to 12 inches of rain in our area. Flash flood warnings are out, so we're going to head down and check out all the rivers. I'm sure there's going to be water and mud and everything else, so let's hop in, let's take a ride, and at the end of this, I'll tell you what we've experienced in the last several thousand miles of use. All right, so just for reference, we were just here a few hours ago, yesterday afternoon, and wow, these little rivers shoot up so quick. It's already up several feet from where it was just a few hours ago. And I'd imagine it's going to continue to come up today because a lot of the rainwater comes from way upstream. But we thought we'd come check this out. We're going to head on downriver to another spot where there's actually rapids in this river. See what that looks like. So normally there's some, what I'll call raging rapids. Yes, we have rapids in Florida right here, but because the rivers come up so high, it's way above all the drop-offs and rapids. I think I have some pictures in my phone from the last time we were here that I'll try to show, but normally right here is white water and crazy, but when the river gets up so high above the rocks, it doesn't kick the water up. Well, y'all want to see something crazy? We was just here recording a couple of days ago. We could drive all the way to the river that way. Now, thanks to some flash flooding, everything is underwater. Cutting across pretty good right here. Got to make sure there's nothing cut through the road. All right, y'all, it is time to wrap this video up. Man, this has actually went over many, many days of us recording this particular episode. And you can see we're dirty. This thing needs a bath, but we have put a few hundred miles on it through some very rough conditions. So when we started this initial video, things were normal around here. We was doing a little bit of riding, and then it went from bad to worse. We got a crazy thunderstorm that come through and dumped up to a foot of rain in a lot of areas just west of us. We got over 5 inches here in a very short period of time. So flash flooding started happening. These rivers have come out of the banks overnight. That's just what they do. And they're gonna stay out of the banks for quite a while. There's a lot of houses and road closures and, like I said, homes flooded, all kinds of stuff right now. Mother Nature can be relentless. So I did not intend to drive as much water as we did with this, but that's just Florida driving, y'all. Actually, last night, y'all seen some of the footage, but I cut it off after dark because we were just trying to not get stuck and get out of just deep, I mean, miles deep in the woods. But we actually had water come up into the bed. We got into something so deep in a washout and had to turn around because it was getting really bad quickly. Took us hours just to go a few miles and get out of a deep section of woods. So what I just got done doing today is going underneath, greasing every single wheel bearing, greasing all the axle shafts, all the greasable points, and I went ahead and pulled the plugs on my front and rear diffs to make for sure there was no water in those. So I'm happy to report, even with some deep water driving, they're vented well. I've seen no mixture of water and oil. Everything looks nice and clean. So we might as well give you all a little update on this. We have like 4,400 miles on it now, and we just got it like 2.5, 3 months ago. We have been driving the heck out of this thing. And thus far, no issues except one thing to report. It's gonna be almost impossible to see, but right underneath here, you see those hookups, there is your power steering pump. And the reservoir is right up here on the inside, and it's got a rubber hose that goes down and feeds this power steering pump right here. Since it's difficult to show, I'll just explain what's going on. Even about 1,000 miles ago, I started noticing a little bit of oil leak, and I was trying to figure out what the heck's going on. And I discovered that fuel hose, I mean, it's not under pressure or anything, because this is just what drains down into the hydraulic pump from the reservoir up here. It's got cracks in it everywhere. I don't know if it's a wrong material used and can't handle, you know, automatic transmission fluid, power steering fluid, similar stuff there, or what's going on. So I've got to try to find that hose or either find something from like a local Napa, because it's a relatively straight hose about this big around. Like I said, it's not under pressure or anything. It just pulls fluid out of the reservoir, puts in the hydraulic pump, then it's pressurized through the metal lines, you know, to do your steering. So that's starting to leak pretty good. I got to get that swapped out ASAP. I'm keep having to refill the reservoir. Plus, I don't want it draining out on my shop floor. Other than that, we recently did a stage 2 tune on this. It already had a stage 1. Plenty of power. We did an intake kit on it. We've got an exhaust on there now, and then a whole host of other aftermarket accessories. I've had 0 issues with them. This is also registered for street legal use now, fully insured as well, and I did all that through Dirt Legal. I'll put a link down in the description if you're trying to get your street legal, and you can go read about that particular process. We haven't been pulled or anything to test all of that out, and I sure don't want to, but we do have us a tag on the back. It's a Montana tag. You can register out of state, and states have to honor other out of states laws as you go through them. We also recently upgraded the shocks. That makes a big difference, although this is still a rough riding vehicle. Keep in mind, solid axles, leaf springs. I think if you've ever driven a Jeep style vehicle before, a Toyota Tacoma, an older style, you kind of know what to expect with a lightweight off-road vehicle like this. AC still blows ice cold, heat works wonderful. Again, just really no issues other than I've got a leaky hose that I got to replace, just a cheap rubber hose, no big deal. So if y'all have any questions about this vehicle, the street legal process, just how I use it daily, some other general questions, drop a comment down there. We'll keep bringing you along, carrying you on some rides like this and little adventures if y'all want to see it. We'll eventually start getting into a little more off-roading, as well as do some other types of adventures. So let me know if y'all want to see that, and we'll continue to record it for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.